poppin' people? My name is Duckhead, and today I wanted to discuss skill-based matchmaking in Dead by Daylight. More so, I want to ponder, why do we have skill-based matchmaking in Dead by Daylight if seemingly everybody hates it? And why did they implement it when seemingly everyone was screaming at them, no, don't implement this, this is bullshit. So why did they implement it? Let's seek to understand that. So I want to analyze this question from two standpoints. I want to analyze it from a developer standpoint, and I want to analyze it from a community, a player standpoint, which is us. So from a developer standpoint, the goal of a developer is to make the most money as they possibly can out of their game. Also is to try to retain newer players for longer. So how would skill-based matchmaking help this? The only argument I can see for a developer to have skill-based matchmaking in the game is for newer players. Let me explain. When you first get Dead by Daylight, you're doing, as a survivor or as a killer, you're doing a bunch of dumb shit. As a survivor, you're crouching down in corners, you're going into the fucking basement hiding, you're hiding in lockers, you hear the killer's terror radius and you walk somewhere where the killer can't find you. You don't really understand the fundamentals of Dead by Daylight yet, so you're very scared. As a killer in Dead by Daylight, you run tiles incorrectly, you don't really know how to patrol gens that much, you don't have a lot of macro map awareness. So the argument that I can make for a developer implementing skill-based matchmaking is because it helps out those newer players. As a killer, if you're new to the game, you do not want to get a survivor with fucking 10,000 hours in the game who's just going to loop you on every single tile. You're never going to kill him. You're going to get 5 gen ran all the time. Conversely, as a survivor, you don't want to get a killer, a fucking sweaty nurse or a sweaty bite with 10,000 hours in the game that just rip you the fuck apart before you can even think about anything. Rip you apart in like 4 minutes. You don't want to get in those games. So I guess an argument that you can make for why the fuck they will put skill-based matchmaking in Dead by Daylight is that it helps with new player retention because it lessens the probability that they're going to get one of those sweaty killers because the game will match them with someone around their skill level. And is that a valid argument? I think you can make the case that that's a valid argument. You can make the case that that's a valid argument to have skill-based matchmaking in a game. Now, let me analyze it from a player perspective, like a community standpoint. Seemingly, like majority, I mean like 80-90% of the community is against skill-based matchmaking. Let me explain. Let me explain why it seems like 89% of the community is against skill-based matchmaking. First of all, if you're invested enough in Dead by Daylight to go on like Dead by Daylight Reddit and to go to get Dead by Daylight discussion videos, if you're invested enough in Dead by Daylight to do that, then you probably have a few hours under your belt. And people with a few hours on the belt, like a few hundred hours, maybe a few thousand hours like I have, you will have a disdain for skill-based matchmaking because your skill is naturally higher. But you understand that at the high level of Dead by Daylight, that shit is fucking stressful. Like, that's why I'm taking a break from the game now, because every killer game I play is a fucking struggle. Every single one. Survivor, it's all good. But killer, when I play killer, every fucking killer game I have is stressful as fuck. It's stressful. And solo queue survivor is stressful as fuck. You'll understand as a survivor once you start getting high up the MMR ladder, once you start getting more hours into the game. It seems like playing the game is more of a chore than fun. As opposed to the newer players, they're blissful. So they're going to be having fun regardless because they don't understand what's going on. The veterans of the game, they understand the game, they understand the nuances, macro map awareness, they understand how to loop tiles, patrolling gens, making sure you don't get 3. They understand all those things. So if you're matched up with players who have that knowledge of the game, every single game is going to be a sweat fest, or majority of your games are going to be sweat fest. So that's going to put you off of Dead by Daylight because this shit feels like a chore. So from a community standpoint, most people are going to be against their skill-based matchmaking because if you are invested in this game enough to go on Reddit and post things and have discussions of that nature, you're probably a seasoned vet. So from a community standpoint, that's why people hate fucking skill-based matchmaking. Like, just think about it. Are there any YouTubers, like prominent YouTubers with thousands of hours in the game, are there any of them who are championing skill-based matchmaking? Any of them? I can't think of a single one. And in their comment section, I don't see anybody in favor of skill-based matchmaking. So, from a developer standpoint, I suppose I can understand why there's skill-based matchmaking in Dead by Daylight, because veterans are not the priority. We're outnumbered. Veterans are outnumbered. The priority is your newer players, because veterans, they have the shards, they have the blood points. They don't really, veterans don't really give a fuck about cosmetics like that. They're more so in tune with the mechanics of the game because the game isn't as new to them. While the newer players, they're going to be more apt to buy cosmetics, more apt to buy killers, buy survivors. So they're going to cater to them, and skill-based matchmaking, it caters to the new players, which helps out new player retention, which is probably why skill-based matchmaking is in the game. I know that was a pretty layered discussion. I tried to keep it streamlined. But what would I like to see with skill-based matchmaking? Me personally, I'd like to see it removed. Me personally. But then again, I have to think, I'm a fucking person with like 3,000 hours in this game, so obviously I don't want all my games being fucking sweatfest. I don't, because that's what's having me take a break from this game right now, because all my games are fucking sweatfest, and I don't feel like going through it. So, if it was removed, I think it would be a lot more fun. I would actually like to see the emblem system come back. Even though the emblem system was flawed, I would like to see iridescent rings getting matched up with iridescent rings. It was a better fucking system than the MMR system we have right now. But anyway, why do you think skill-based matchmaking is in Dead by Daylight? And if you are in favor of skill-based matchmaking, and you like have like over 500 hours, and you have like a few hundred hours on your belt, and you're actually in favor of skill-based matchmaking, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Why are you in favor of it? Anyway, I'll see y'all niggas in the next video. I'm out this some bitch. Gone. Bye. Oh yeah, subscribe to my second channel, The Fake Duckhead. I'm gonna have that with some bitch in the description in the comment section. Anyway, I'm out this bitch. Bye. Gone.
Rising up, back on the